dark, complex cop. Was that enough for you, story? Was that enough for you to get you involved?
Yeah, well, that was definitely, it helped. David Ayer was the main reason I jumped on board. I loved Harsh Times. I love his writing and Training Day, obviously. And I think this story needed someone who really understands L.A., who understands the streets. And I think David has the history, the battle scars to show that this guy is from this world, and he can probably portray it as authentically as anyone else could. I played Diskint. Diskint is he's a detective, so he's not a complete rookie, but he's only had 2 murder cases so far, so he is still kind of green. David and I played him as if he had something to prove. He has a chip on his shoulder. The best part about David is he loves the acting process. He really respects it, and he went out and took a bunch of acting classes, and he loves rehearsal, which is invaluable. So we did a lot of work on trying to make up a good backstory for Diskint. We said that he probably comes from money. He probably has an older brother who was the golden boy, who quarterback in high school, prom king, Harvard, the object of his parents' affection, and has kind of had to live in this guy's shadow for a long time. So becoming a cop felt like a very pure, selfless profession where he can apply himself and kind of stay in the shadows, this kind of thankless position, but still try every day to prove something to himself and everyone around him.
When you read the script, were you shocked at how your character ends?
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. Nah, I had to read that a couple times. I couldn't even believe it. It's good, though. I mean, it fits.
What was it like trading with Keanu?
He's great, man. He really is. He's a very giving actor. He also loves rehearsal, which is rare. You know, you work on a lot of films where some actors think that rehearsals make things stale. They like to keep it fresh. I'm a huge believer in rehearsal. If they let me, I'll rehearse until I'm blue in the face. And with David and Keanu, who both love the rehearsal process, I think we really discovered some great things. Keanu, he is one of the most diligent, determined actors I've ever worked with. He will go through every single line. Not one line is not thought out. He has a reason for saying everything, and you got to respect that. I think a lot of actors could easily phone in a performance. I can't imagine him phoning anything in ever.
Another what I would call character in the movie, really, to me, was L.A. itself.
Yeah.
It's really, you see L.A. not completely different, like you've never seen it before, but I mean, it's down, it's dirty.
Yeah.
We live here. I'm like, where's that? Like, you know, all these different streets.
Sure.
Talk about that a little bit.
Well, that was the best part about it. We shot in L.A. We shot in South Central, downtown, in rough parts of L.A. And it's strange. There's a couple scenes where, you know, you put on the badge and the gun and you get the haircut and you feel like a cop. Your posture changes, especially when you got that gun. And there's a few scenes where I have to pull the gun out and just yell horrible things, and you get some dirty looks from some people, and you just want to say, I'm an actor. This isn't, you know, I'm cool. But you know, you really you had a lot to lean on. There was a lot of it was a tangible environment to kind of fuel your performance.
I was going to say, you're in some of those sides of town, and you probably feel your heart races as you were caught. You understand being in that situation.
Absolutely. I got to do a ride along with an LAPD officer, and you know, he would every 2 or 3 blocks pass another officer, and they would stop and kind of just shoot the breeze, and you could just feel that these guys have their finger on the pulse. They know these streets. They live these streets. They patrol these streets. They know every gang sign. They know each gang territory, and for them it's just another day. My heart was racing, but for these guys it's day in, day out. They're putting their lives on the line.
Was it a real conscious effort to get that across in this film from director on down?
Absolutely. That's what David stressed the most. He wanted an authentic cop movie. He said there's nothing he hates more than seeing cop movies where things aren't done by the book. The cops we had on set just said they couldn't stand it. You see these cop movies where they got the wardrobe and they got the gun, and then they just hold their gun 10 degrees too high, and you know, that's it. The illusion is ruined. So they were really adamant about making sure it was as authentic as can possibly be.